Welcome back, everybody. Got a fun and exciting tutorial for you today. Today we're going to be working on making some clothing and tearing it up and get a nice cool torn look here. Here's an example I got for you here. Get it all zoomed in here for you so you can see it. You can see the crazy amount of detail that's on the cloak itself. Then we're also doing the dress on the model, and I'm actually going to break it up into two tutorials. I'm going to have this one here, which is just going to be generating the outfit itself, and then the next tutorial will show you how to tear up the cloak, and which is actually really not that difficult, and I'll show you how to go about it there. So let's head straight into Zbrush and we'll get started. Now, I have already created a file for you that you could download for free. Check in the description below and it'll show you where to get it. Load it up here, Torn Cloth Startup 2021. And as you can see here, we've got the Julie model. If some of you are familiar with Zbrush, you'll know that she lives inside your light box here under Tools, and then Julie right here. But I took the time and posed her a little bit and trim back that hair a little bit. So yeah, so this way is quick and easy and we can just jump straight in. So let's go ahead. We are going to isolate the body itself and we're going to start making the dress. Now it's really simple to do a dress or any piece of clothing. Real quick way to do it is if we use the extract under your subtool here. And all you need to do to make the extraction is paint a mask over where you want it to be. So if you hold down Control and then you click over to lasso, which I find easier, and we are in symmetry mode, so you just tap X to turn it on and off there. We're going to keep it on, so this way we're working symmetrically. It's a lot easier to be symmetrical when you're starting this process. So we're going to go ahead and draw out where we want the dress to be. So want it down here, and then do the neckline like that. And because we're symmetrical, it paints it evenly on both sides, which is perfect. This is what we want. So we go to our extraction here. I'm going to change it to about 20 for the smooth, and then 0 for the thickness, and hit extract. Now what it does is it shows you a preview mesh, so it hasn't actually made it yet, and since there's no thickness to it, it's set it right on the other surface. So all we have to do is just hit accept, and there we go. There is our new extraction. We're going to clear the mask, and we can turn on polyfill here, and we can see what's going on. And if you turn off the little line right there, there you go. Now you just see the colors. And this is just what was already on the model to begin with. We're just going to Control W, clear all that out, make it one solid color. And let's do a little slicing here to get a little more control here. So we're going to do B, S, and slice curve. And skip that, okay. And that actually exists down here in my UI, which you can also go grab for free. And then now we can slice up the model here, get maybe some cleaner edges here. And fix that neckline just a little bit there. Have it go down a little bit more. And mirror and weld. There we go. Now it's on both sides. And go ahead and select your main body there and delete hidden. Under deformations, go ahead and just do a quick polish by features, and that will smooth out all the edges, and that's going to help us out when we do the Zremesher, because we want to try to keep the poly count a little lower when we're doing the cloth dynamics. It's going to run a lot smoother on older rigs like mine. So yeah, that's just something you're going to want to make sure you want to keep it low. So we're going to go ahead and maybe do a target of, we'll just keep it at 5. And it should give us about 9 to 10,000 polygons because we are symmetrical. So it basically doubles the number. So hit Zremesh. Make sure your symmetry is on when you're doing this. So this way it's on both sides. And we'll see how we turned out. Alright, let's turn the line back on there and see. It looks like nice clean edges there. I'm going to turn on double there so we can see the inside there. Awesome. Alright, now you guys are like going, well, I thought we were making a dress, not a shirt. Well, don't worry. We'll get there. Alright, so we're going to turn that off. Take it out of solo. We're going to deform it a bit because we want it on the outside. So just inflate it a little bit there. Then go to your Move Topology brush. We'll just bring it out because we don't want to intersect in anything. Smooth it out a bit. Alrighty. Maybe increase that a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now let's use a new function inside Zmodeler. And if you go to click on the edge, right click, Extrude Move is a new one now. And we are going to we're going to do the edge loop. We're going to do number of rows. I like to stick around 20. And then find that edge again and drag down. Quick, easy dress. I'm going to zoom out here a bit. Go back to Move Topology. Get it to just above her feet there. Don't worry, the dynamics will help us fix a lot of the other things there. And let's see, we're going to smooth it out. I'm going to decrease the smooth here. If you hold down Shift and then you change your Z intensity, you can do that. There we go. Get rid of some of the oddities there. Zoom out. Okay. Looks like just a little bit. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide up twice. Go to Geometry. We'll set a new target for about 7. It'd be about 13 to 14,000 polys when we're done here, because we are symmetrical still. Go ahead and run it. Hurry up and wait. That's okay. Boom, done. And it's cleaned everything up for us and spread it all out. Oh, hold on. Control Z. One thing I forgot to mention, change your adaptive size. Now let's do that. It's going to make more even quads across everything instead of trying to put like a bunch of extra quads, you know, underneath the curvature of things. There we go. That's a little better. I like that. Okay, so we are done with the basic creation there. So now let's move over to the dynamics. So let's see, what do we need to set? We need to set self-collision. We'll just set that all the way up. Gravity, I'm going to take down to 2 and actually turn it off for the moment. We're going to do inflation, probably do 0.5. And go ahead, okay, it automatically turns on collision. That's what we want to keep on. And I think we're going to do a contraction to where it kind of sucks everything in, but we just wanted to do it on the Z axis. And now hit contract and go ahead and run sim. And it'll start sucking everything back in. We want this to be a pretty form-fitting dress. Alright, seems to be pretty good there. Some cleanup that we'll have to do, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a mask around our neckline there, and probably put one around that. Reverse it. There we go. Now we'll turn contraction off and we'll run sim with just gravity. This way we can let the bottom of the skirt hit the floor. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Remove the mask now. Now we're just going to mess with our brushes, our new cloth brushes. I'm going to turn dynamic on. This way you get a nice clean, smoothed out model. So I am going to switch over to the cloth move. And if you just do B, C, you can see all the new cloth brushes in here. But I've got a bunch down here in my UI. And go ahead and turn off symmetry, and now let's just start manipulating the cloth, and you'll start seeing it just react and start making folds, a little crinkly. Let me get a little bigger brush there. And if you don't like some of the folds that's put in there, just smooth it out. And it's really just a matter of just going around and pushing and pulling, just like, manipulating any piece of clothing. You stretch it out, or you bunch it up and you get folds, or you take folds out. That's basically what you're doing here. Usually my primary brush is just the cloth move. I will do a little bit of the slide. Let's see if this will do anything for us right now. But I usually turn some of the intensities down because it gets a little crazy. There we go. Go back to the move. We're just going to do some quick folds in here. I don't want to spend half hour, and I definitely pretty sure you guys don't want to watch me do this for like a half hour. So we're just going to make some quick folds here and there. Alright, get rid of some of these high frequency details in here, because that comes from the collision. Because every time you use a brush, if you watch up here, but then if I move something up here and you keep an eye like right here, you'll see it. See? It runs the sim again, and so you end up having to go back and fix things afterwards, which is no big deal. But it's just something to be aware of. Even if you smooth out some of the extra noise that's in there, you'll have to go back if you move anything again. So just be aware of that. Alright, so I'm about done here. Just put in a couple extra folds here and there. Alright, so yeah, probably not the greatest, but if you spent a little more time on it, it would come out really nice. But, I mean, for just a few minutes there, we got something that's usable. Okay, so let's move on. Now let's go back to Julie. Solo her out again. And we're going to just reuse that extract, accept. Alright, same process again. Remove mask, color everything right, and let's see, slice curve. So now we're working on the cloak. It's going to be just a little bit different, not too much though. It's pretty much the same process. Exception for the hood. Hood's going to be a little different. Right, mirror and weld. Boom. Delete hidden. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more cut in here. If you do B slice and rectangle, do a slice along here, mirror and weld, boom, done. Alright, we're going to do deformation, do polish by feature, boom, okay. And we'll go to geometry, change that adaptive size to begin with, boom. Oops, delete hidden, do that again. So as you can see, minus any little errors that you do, is really not that long of a process. Okay, line back on. Okay, good. Alright. So now, let's see if we can do that hood there. Go back to Zmodeler, change that size. Extrude move, let's see. See if that's working. Yep, that's what I thought it was going to do. It thinks that's a continuation of the loop, so what you could do, just to stop that, delete. Just delete that one poly right there. And then we can put it back in when we're done. And now I'm going to stretch this out. Okay, turn off solo here. Transparency so I can see what we're doing. Alright, so I want to take this and mask it. Mask, edge loop. Okay, reverse it. And if you take your clip curve and just do that, boom, it'll suck all of them up real quick. Remove the mask. And what I was doing at first was I was stitching all these little things together here, but then I thought there's got to be a quicker way to do this. So bridge, I'm going to bridge these two edges here. Boom, oops, got to take symmetry off. Okay, itty bitty little edge right there. Get back into view here. And then what I want to do is insert just, multiple edge loops. Okay. And if you click and just start dragging, you can see it's creating a bunch of edge loops there, which is fine. That's what we want. Now, all we have to do to close this thing off is just do a close function. And find an edge. Done. And just a quick mirror and weld. Okay. So we're going to remesh this one more time before we're done. So I want to go ahead and go down here. I'm probably going to have the same problem here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. And I think that happened when we did the deformation. It created a slight curve in there, so that's fine. And extrude move, edge loop. Whoa. Nope. Mirror, mirror and weld. Turn symmetry back on. There we go. Now we're cooking. Looks a little crazy right now. That's fine. Just bear with me, guys. I guess I should have inflated things first. Alright, let's do a quick inflate. I'm skipping ahead. Alright, now we can do some. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I do it right one time and then I skip steps. Alright. No. Never fails that save always comes at the wrong times. Alright, we're going to turn transparency off so I can see this a little better. And get everything outside here. Right, let's start working on that hood there. Okay, that's going to happen. Just the way the points are set up on here with the smooth. So there's a new smooth brush in here. It is smooth cloth. And it will take care of that for you. And don't worry, we're still going to remesh here. It's not a problem. Just want to get the general shape. Right, just about there. Get rid of this. And since I'm just gonna, no, let's go ahead, just fix that like we should have. And bridge, two edges. No. There we go. Do I need to do it up here? Probably. We'll let Z. We'll do the Z remesh. That'll fix it. All right. Okay. Looks a little weird. I know. Subtool D4 geometry. And we'll target 7. Okay. Flare this out a little bit. There we go. And divide it up. Okay. Alrighty, not too bad. Fix any collisions before we start running the sim. I think we're okay. I'm going to turn off gravity, recalculate, because it's got to calculate that dress now. And we'll do a contract first. Run sim. It'll suck everything into the body a bit. Okay. That'll work. Turn that off. Go ahead, turn our dynamic on. And go ahead, contract off gravity and run sim. That's good. And as you can see, it put some nice folds around there on the hood, which is pretty awesome. So now we'll just go back to our brush, turn off symmetry, and we're going to just put some folds in here. First, I'm going to try to fix this. See if I can slide this back onto her head here. Cool. Alright, so yep, I'm just going to go in here and manipulate the shapes a little bit more. Do like I did in the last one. Just kind of squish up just kind of pull things into each other to create folds. Works well for the elbows there. There you go. There we suck up the armpits a little bit. But yeah, that is basically it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell to create these clothes. As you can see, it is not that hard. It's really kind of simple. Just start with your innermost layer and then work your way out and just recalculate the volume every time, and yeah, you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna fiddle with this guy a little bit more, and I'm gonna meet you in the next video where we will quickly tear up that cloak and make it look really cool. So I will catch you in the next video. You guys have a great day.